Well, good morning, friends. Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo, as well as Joe Bear in the house. And as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. So let's get open for business here and let's wake up the football gods. You know, here's the good thing about football. Football, you got 1 week. You got 1 week to go ahead and go through your emotions and get prepared for another one. We got a game Monday night, okay? At this point, there's nothing we can do about what just happened with San Francisco. Can't change that outcome. We were horrendous. We were awful. We were butt ugly. We weren't even competitive. We got punched in the mouth. San Francisco was there to shut us the hell up. What every player in that locker room needs to do, every one of them, is to dig deep and realize what they need to do to be the best player that they can be. If each one of them get themselves together, get their shit together, they can win. Now, the problem for the Cowboys is right now, we are getting battered. We're getting a lot of injuries here early in the season. We've got Donovan Wilson, who's going to be out missing for a couple of weeks here. You've got a high ankle sprain for Turpin. You got C.J. Godwin, who's going to be lost with a torn pec muscle. And who am I missing? I'm missing somebody else. There's Turpin, there's Wilson, there's C.J. Godwin, Donovan Wilson. Oh, Leighton Vander Esch. Jeez, how could I forget that one? Leighton Vander Esch with the neck issue again, who's 4 to 6 weeks. We're hurting. We've got one true linebacker on the roster at the moment, and the Cowboys are going to need to make some moves. So expect them to make some moves here because we're going to need to fill some spaces. The Cowboys, unfortunately, thus far, and there's time to turn this around, one of the problems for the Cowboys, and what I always say, this goes back to the draft. When it comes to the draft, you have to get an immediate impact player. Micah Parsons was one. CeeDee Lamb was one. You've got to get yourself 2 starters. You got to get a special team standout, and you got to get some depth. And thus far, we've got nothing really out of our rookies thus far. That's not to say that they're not going to become players and things down the road, but we haven't gotten that immediate punch, that immediate lift, and we need those guys to show up. We need Mozzie Smith to make an impact in the middle. We need Schoonmaker to be able to block and to make some catches. We need that little extra. Now, Dak Prescott has been killed and will be killed forever. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at this point. At this point, the die is cast for what you have right now. End of the season, deal with that. That's all you can do. So what you need to do, instead of crying over spilled milk and being pissed off, is turn it into something and say, where can we go from here to do better than what we've done? After that game seemed to early get out of reach, it just felt like the Cowboys just gave up. They rolled over and died, and that was everybody. Now, tomorrow, they get back out on the practice field. Let's hope that the coaches have come up with a better plan from where we are right now. If we don't, this shit can keep on sliding right on down the hill and can get even worse. But I have faith that they can turn this thing around because it's only week number 5. If you go out against the Chargers, that the Chargers are not San Francisco. If you go out against the Chargers and get a victory, you're 4-2. You're 4-2. And you have enough time to right the ship. Now, Micah Parsons, in his own words, I've gotten bits and pieces of this thing, and I'm not sure how I feel about Micah being on social media every Monday. I'm not sure that this is the best thing, but this is the world we live in.
I know me, Cowboys Nation. I'm disappointed to even be able to be here right now trying to explain this to you because I know you don't understand. And I know it's frustrating. And y'all know me, man. I'm frustrated as it can get. You know, this ain't easy for me. This ain't something that I want to see or be a part of. Especially losing like that. That's not something that's a part of me or the culture that I want to bring to this team or Dallas Nation. Y'all know I got way too much heart for that, and I'm taking full accountability. We gotta be better. I have to do better. I don't know what I have to do, but it just has to happen to change this team around. I want to win so bad, and I don't think y'all understand how bad I want to win. You know, I fight through so much stuff, and I'm willing to sacrifice whatever it takes for this team for us to be great. But you know, it just stings, bro, and it really do. But we're going to get it together, like, and that's something I'm gonna have to commit to y'all, and I'm gonna have to promise y'all that we just gonna have to get it together. Just trust this defense, trust D-Law, trust Stephon Gilmore, trust Malik Hooker, trust these guys, trust Dan Quinn that we're gonna get it together. Keep the faith, never give up. You know, these things don't happen overnight. You know, we're gonna have to. You know, there's a lot of accountability that's going to be taken. It's going to start with me. You know, I'm not taking anything away from the 49ers. The 49ers are a great team. I've been said that they were a great team on what they've been doing this year. But we're the ones that's going to get better. You know, we're the team that got served yesterday. You know, we're the team that, you know, we're usually a 4 turnover team. We gave up 4 turnovers. That's just what it is. You know, any given Sunday, you could get served. You know, I'm not taking the thing from no one. The 49ers are a great team. But you talking about who you want to believe. I gotta believe in my team. I gotta let people know. I gotta let my guys know that they special. You know, I gotta let my guys know that we could be who we want to be if we want to be it, because that's what real leaders do. You know, I'm not taking. I know the 49ers are a great team, but I believe my guys that I play with, the ones that I share blood with, the ones that I work with every day, is as great as they are, and they can be as great as they are. We just gotta put the work in. We just gotta keep getting better. So I'm not taking it away from anyone. So don't confuse my words. I'm not taking anything for the 49ers. I just believe in the people that I fight with my life with, and I you know, I fight to feed these people's families. So that's just is what it is, and that's just that's just keeping it 100 with y'all, bro. And I'm never going to take that away from nobody and what they're doing in this league. That 49ers team is special, and there's a lot of other teams in this league that's special. But I believe my guys are special, and we can be special. We just got to put it together.
All right. I don't know if you noticed the comments that are in there, man. He's getting trolled.
If y'all know me, Cowboys Nation,
big time.
I'm disappointed to even.
He's getting trolled big time. All right. So the best thing I found out is, for me personally, I can't run away from the truth. The best thing is to hear what the real deal is and then deal with it. And let's listen to. You need to hear this.
Joe Montana. And his mobility, how accurate the kid is with the football, the poise that he has. Here's the thing right here on the flea flicker, all those type of things. This dude is so confident. He's got that swag, that natural swag that he has, but his mobility, too.
He's changed their offense.
Yeah. The guy's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Look at how he steps up and moves in the pocket, accurate throwing, has vision down the field. This kid is absolutely spectacular.
It's worth saying out loud that he's never lost a game in the NFL. I don't count the NFC championship. Technically, he lost the NFC championship game, but he didn't play. I mean, he never got a chance to play in that game. They've won every single game that he has started and finished. So if you're the Cowboys this morning, because this was a measuring stick. Look, the 49ers,
they said it themselves.
Where do you go now? You wake up you're a team leader on that team. You're all going to show up today at some point and, I don't know, lick your wounds, whatever it is you do after a game like that. What are you saying?
That it's week 5.
There you go.
It's week 5.
It's week 5.
As embarrassing and as bad as that game was, it is still week 5. We still have a whole season to get better. Now, can they catch up? Can they get better? Can they catch up to the 49ers? We'll see.
No.
Right. But listen, we'll see. We'll see. But as a player in the locker room, the only thing you can say this morning is, we still got the whole season in front of us.
Yeah, it was a measuring stick game, all right, but they got beat by that measuring stick. Right? Oh, my God.
Here's the thing.
You're saying that the stuff you saw last night you don't think is as correctable as it would need to be to make up that distance.
They were completely outclassed by San Francisco. And
Every which
we
way.
can't put
It's
them
true.
into that conversation. I was wrong.
I'm not putting them in that conversation.
I was wrong thinking the Cowboys could be the best team in football a month ago. They're not. Now that we've seen them against elite competition, and here's my thing with where they are in the NFC. First of all, doubt becomes a very real thing right now when they play against top-tier competition. It's a very real thing. We can't sit here and pretend that if they have to play against the San Francisco again, that offense and Dak Prescott's not going to be like, I don't know if I can get past this team. Offensively, just the Cowboys' offense. They're not better than San Francisco. They're not better than Detroit. They're not better than Philadelphia. They're not better than Seattle. They're not better than the Rams. This is an offense right now that is, when we talk about the class of the NFC, is not in that top 5 or 6 conversation.
Last week, I said the Dallas Cowboys are a front-running team.
Yes.
And what I mean by that is
they need a lead.
They're not, the defense is not scooping and scoring, creating turnovers and all that stuff. It's easy for Dak Prescott. I said, when they go head-to-head with a team and it's even, then Dak Prescott is one of the worst quarterbacks in the National Football League.
Let me make one more point here, because I honestly believe this. This was not a line of scrimmage game. The Cowboys were better in pass protection than the 49ers last night. The Cowboys got more pressure on the quarterback than the 49ers did last night. The difference in this football game is 1, the quarterback play, and 2, the play calling. That was the difference. This was not San Francisco's line of scrimmage playing dominant football.
They could have used Kellen Moore as the offensive
Talk to me about that.
I'm telling you, because it's a dinosaur-looking
Boy Wonder?
offense. And Boy Wonder, look, I never criticized Boy Wonder. I'm a
you
big
called
fan.
him Boy Wonder. I mean, that feels
but
in
I mean,
and
look
of
at him.
itself.
The guy looks like a kid, but he
Okay.
was a hell of a coach.
Yeah.
And so I don't think he was the issue here. I will say this. Going in game plan-wise, you better know you need to win on first down. And 1.9 yards is what you average on first down. I'm sorry.
We ran the ball. We ran the ball almost every time on first down.
As being over there, getting my butt kicked before and all that, when they say it's impossible to come back from. We came back from a 42-3 ass whipping and ended up beating a team. You're going to have to improve, but you got to understand what you need to work on, how you can beat a team like that. Because your plan was an absolute joke.
How? Then how do they do it?
They're going to have to go back and be creative. And they're going to also have to run the football and win the line of scrimmage.
I don't know, Rex. I don't know if they're capable of becoming more creative on offense. I honestly don't know. And that's why I mentioned
they fired the creative guy.
That's right.
I mean, that's what they had, a creative guy. They decided it was too creative, and they sent him off. He got a job in like 8 seconds.
And Greeny, that's what gives me hesitation right now after 5 weeks into this season. And I mentioned those teams. San Francisco's way more creative offensively. That matters.
Way more.
Detroit,
way more creative offensively. Seattle, significantly more. And here's my note. Look at quarterback played timid. That was my concern, right?
Yeah.
And the first couple weeks of the season, because the score was so different for them, or they had such an advantage, the quarterback didn't need to play it a certain way. And I did see timid last night. I saw sometimes Dak Prescott drop back, hit his back foot, and just immediately throw the check down instead of trying to get the ball downfield. And that, again, is a little bit of a concern for mine.
I think you got to figure out, this is the National Football League right now. Find ways to get your players the ball. Number one, is Tony Pollard not the best offensive weapon you have? I know everything is CeeDee Lamb, CeeDee Lamb, CeeDee Lamb.
It's not everything CeeDee Lamb. We don't even use him.
He is a stud. He is a weapon. Right. Use him. All right, and use Brandon Cooks.
Guess how many under center play action passes Dallas ran last night?
Probably one. Yeah, of course.
It was early in the third quarter to CeeDee Lamb for a big gain.
Look, if you had never seen a game before or didn't know anything about these players, didn't know the names on the backs of the jerseys, you would say one of them has a quarterback who looks elite and the other one does not. And it's not the direction you would think it would go. And I wrote down the words he said afterwards. Dak said it was the most humbling experience I've ever been a part of. And, I mean, it should feel that way this morning. And, Rex?
There you go. I mean, there's no other way to put it. That was about the most embarrassing, humbling experience that you should have. And I can't, everybody's focused on Dak, and that's fine. Dak deserves plenty of blame. But you can only work with the tools that you got. And this needs to be, as Mike even put it, we weren't put in a position to win. San Francisco, they unloaded the playbook. They came prepared. They came with an edge. We came there flat. We came there with nothing out of the ordinary. The Texas burnt toast offense. That's literally what it was. Texas burnt toast offense. Mike McCarthy's better get a hold of this thing really, really fast, because I'm still saying, I'm going on record to say that if the Cowboys look the same as they did this week against the Chargers, Mike McCarthy gets fired during the season going into the bye week. All right, good people, I'm headed to the Red Brick House. We're going to be doing some nice things down there. Today is actually my 58th birthday, my 58th year on this planet. My God. No longer the mid-50s. This is the late 50s. Man. Whew. Will I ever see my team in the Super Bowl again is the question.
Our coach here, and as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Sports Report.